Kim Kardashian emotionally confesses that her unruly children are causing her to experience her biggest nightmare. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and updates. Kim Kardashian has always lived her life in front of the cameras, but even with all the fame, money, and success she has built, she showed a raw side of herself that many people rarely get to see. In a deeply emotional moment on her family's show, she broke down in tears while confessing that her life at home with her kids is far from perfect. She admitted openly that she sometimes feels overwhelmed, exhausted, and even trapped in what she described as her biggest nightmare. For many viewers who imagine her world as glamorous and easy, the honesty came as a shock. But to parents around the world, it was one of the most relatable confessions they could hear from someone who often seems untouchable. Kim is now a mother of 4 young children whom she shares with her former husband Kanye West. Her eldest daughter North is 10 years old, followed by Saint who is 8, Chicago who is 6, and the youngest Sam who is just 5. Each of them has a lively personality and strong energy, which makes the Kardashian home a very noisy and sometimes chaotic place. While raising kids is challenging for any parent, Kim's situation is even more demanding. Not only is she raising them largely as a single mom, but she is also balancing several careers at once. She is a reality television star with the Kardashians, a businesswoman running her global fashion and beauty empire Skims, a student working toward her law degree, and a public figure constantly followed by cameras and the media. Trying to wear all of these hats at once is hard enough, but doing so while raising 4 children on her own has pushed her to limits she never expected. On the latest episode of her family's reality show, Kim was seen confiding in a friend over the phone. At first, she said she just wanted to let out her feelings and vent, but as the conversation went on, her emotions poured out, and she admitted that she did not know how much longer she could manage the chaos in her household. She shared a vivid story about one particular moment that felt unbearable. She had been scheduled for an important Zoom meeting at home. While she tried to stay professional, her children were outside her door yelling, banging, and demanding her attention. In desperation, she locked herself in the bathroom, hiding from them just so she could finish her meeting. In that moment, she realized she was living through the exact type of situation she had always dreaded. She described it as her biggest nightmare, something she never wanted to face, yet it had become part of her normal life. The vulnerability in her voice revealed that Kim's struggles are not simply about noisy kids. They reflect the deeper emotional toll of being a single parent in the public eye, carrying responsibilities that few could imagine. She admitted that her kids have learned to press her buttons and even to play with her emotions. She described how they can cry, pout, and put on tears in order to get what they want, and despite knowing it, she often gives in. She confessed that this makes her feel guilty, because she wishes she could be stricter. She compared herself to her sister Khloe, who is known in the family for being firm and structured with her children. Kim said she admires that quality and wishes she could adopt it, but for some reason she struggles to follow through with boundaries. She explained that saying no to her kids and sticking to it feels harder than it should, and she often ends up caving in. Her honesty struck a chord with many parents watching. Despite being one of the most famous women in the world, Kim sounded like any mom who has felt powerless in the face of her children's constant needs. The cameras captured her teary eyes and her cracking voice as she admitted she sometimes feels like she just cannot keep going this way. She said openly that she is willing to try new parenting approaches because she simply can't live like this anymore. That level of vulnerability made her relatable in a way people rarely see, especially from someone whose life is often portrayed as polished and perfect. But even in the middle of her breakdown, Kim showed her resilience. She reminded herself and her friend that being a single mother means she does not always have the backup she wishes she had. When the children are acting up, there is no one else to pass them off to for a break. Every request, every tantrum, and every demand falls on her shoulders. She laughed a little through her tears as she explained one of the few strategies that actually calms her children. She tells them that she will cut herself into halves or even quarters, so that each child can have a piece of her attention at the same time. It is a sweet but heartbreaking picture of a mother trying desperately to meet everyone's needs at once while still struggling to keep herself together. What makes Kim's confession stand out is that many people assume her wealth and fame should shield her from everyday struggles. After all, she has resources most parents can only dream of: nannies, assistants, luxury homes, and the ability to travel anywhere. Yet, her emotional breakdown shows that no amount of money or status can remove the difficulties of parenting. Children do not care about fame or businesses. They want time, love, and attention, and they demand it loudly. The reality is that parenting is a full-time challenge, no matter how much support one has, and for Kim, the weight of also being a global superstar makes it even more complex. As the episode aired, fans across social media responded with sympathy and admiration. Many mothers said they understood exactly what she meant about hiding in the bathroom or feeling manipulated by children's tears. Others praised her for being honest instead of pretending that she always has everything under control. In a culture where celebrities often try to appear flawless, Kim's tears offered a refreshing glimpse of real human struggle. It reminded many people that behind the designer clothes and million-dollar businesses, she is still a mom doing her best to raise her kids. The moment also opened a broader conversation about single motherhood and the emotional strain that comes with it. Millions of women around the world are raising children without daily support from a partner, and many of them saw themselves in Kim's story. They may not have the same fame or fortune, but the exhaustion, guilt, and pressure she described are experiences they know too well. Her confession served as an unintentional voice for countless mothers who feel unseen and unheard in their daily battles with parenthood. Kim's willingness to speak out about her struggles may also encourage other celebrities to be more transparent. She has often been criticized for seeming disconnected from reality, but this time her story cut through that image. By admitting her children sometimes feel out of control and that she does not always know how to handle it, she showed a side that makes her much more relatable to ordinary families. Parenting is not about perfection. It is about constant learning, patience, and often about forgiving oneself for mistakes. In showing her tears, Kim was also modeling the importance of honesty and self-reflection. In the end, her breakdown was not just about frustration. It was also about love. Her willingness to keep trying, to search for new strategies, and to want to do better shows how much she cares for her children. Even when she feels overwhelmed, her love is the driving force behind her efforts. The simple act of admitting she wants to improve proves that she takes her role as a mother seriously, even if she does not always feel confident in how she handles it. Kim Kardashian may be one of the most photographed women in the world. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.